when you guys first started your One Piece Flow, did any kind of product that you guys had that you were doing end up getting thrown out? Did you stop doing something because it just didn't work?
On One
or
Piece
did you
Flow?
make it work?
On One Piece Flow?
Yeah.
We still do One Piece Flow. It's like we do a mock-up or the prototype as One Piece Flow.
Has there ever been anything that just didn't work with
Yeah.
One Piece Flow?
So we throw it out.
Okay.
And then we'll do a second iteration, and then they fabricate that one. If it works out and we're satisfied with it, then we'll go ahead and cut the second one.
So it's just trial and error, kind of like just
On the-
re-engineer it on the front
Definitely
end?
on the first one.
Okay.
If it fits together and it was produced on the CNC, then they'll run that program again and have another one. But they won't make, say, 50 of those. Our system is set up so that they'll cut the second one and glue up the second one. And then usually that glue up process will be done by the time they cut the third one. So for the most part, that is a One-Piece Flow arrangement. They wouldn't cut all three and then send them on down the road.
Well, I asked because we do a couple parts that I run CNCs, and there's multiple different steps to certain parts from the CNC part side of it that, I mean, I just don't see it being liable for One-Piece Flow. I don't think it would work.
So do you cut the entire three-step process and then send it down to be assembled?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of material involved and a lot of
Sometimes.
a lot of machine time in fabricating that?
Yeah, sometimes.
So you can't cut a third of that and then send that down the line and
We're
have
trying to avoid that. They want to get the whole thing and then set that way. No one's waiting on something. Nothing's sitting incomplete.
What do you produce?
Like medical parts. Some parts will just be kind of like your cylinder, but it'll have attachments and drawers and shelves, and all that's different material, and it comes at a different time. It's just changed over time on the machine, and then it takes me, say, to cut everything out, it would take me 25 minutes on the machine, but to build it only takes 5 minutes.
Okay.
See, that's my CNC point of view.
Yeah. We talk about tack time. How long the machine and the operator take to make your 25 minutes of part, but the assembly takes only 5 minutes. So you have to match, we try to match your 25 minutes with 5 of those 5s, or however that would balance out labor with the product. So do you cut your 25-minute worth of CNC time and parts and then release it down the line?
Most of the time.
Will it
We're trying to move to that. Normally if there's multiple, I'll cut all of one, then all of the other, then all of the other, and then send all of it to them if there's 5 of the same thing.
Do you stop?
No.
So you continue to cut even though those haven't been assembled?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be One-Piece Flow. When you stop, you have to watch them up and watch the operation to see how many of those were assembled. If the first one is assembled and it went fine, well then go ahead and you can cut the second one. But if you cut 10 of yours and they sat on the cart, and then the first one got assembled and there was a flaw, then you made 10 bad parts.
Big waste of time.
Yeah, so it's worthwhile for you to wait and change your tack time, do another operation, make another part, whatever. Don't make any more of those until you know that is correct. You're not wasting time by not producing those additional bad parts. Yeah. So it's the acceptance and non-resistance to realize that it's okay for me not to make any more until I get that feedback, that loop.
See, that's my main problem with lean, and I was resistant at first, and now I'm getting into it. But that one thing is just kind of eats at me. Like because I don't like to be behind.
Yeah.
I don't want the line waiting on me.
And I know we're hardwired. It seems like to not stand around, right?
Okay.
Especially for workers.
That's fine. You could be doing improvements.
Yeah.
You could look at your workstation, lay your work out. You could look forward to the next product. If all you do is make that one part, then if it's the first time that you've made it, if you made it yesterday, it shouldn't be a problem for you to fabricate more today. But if there's been an adjustment or it's a new product, take 25 minutes to make your part. And go ahead, you can leave your workstation and find out what happens. I mean, here, you're able to leave your workstation and go to the glue-up station. You can either fabricate it yourself, or you can observe the other fabricators to see how well it goes together. Once you're certain that the product is fine, then you can go ahead and go back and cut it.
It's actually a good idea.
Because you're
Fabricate
still
one
busy,
myself.
you're still being productive, and as long as management says it's okay, and they're the ones who are no longer resistant to your learning, you have to know, is your product fine? Did you make something good for your next customer? He's going to assemble what you just made. He's your customer. Is he satisfied? If you don't have that feedback, don't make any more for him, because he's not going to order another one. And then that's how we try to see it here. We try to treat each other as customers.
I mean, that's how we do it at our shop. I mean, some people don't see each other as
We're
customers.
learning
but-
that. Yeah, we're trying to get that
Yeah.
more.
It's not easy. It's hard to. We're hardwired. It's hard to open our minds and to see it. Like, if you don't know anything about lean and it's been delivered to you in a certain way, you think, wow, it's so complicated. I really don't understand. I'm overwhelmed by this excitement over lean. But when somebody says it's simple, it is really simple because we do it in our daily lives. How many times are you going to repeat a process? If you're going to water a tree, but you have to fill a 5-gallon bucket with water, how far are you going to walk for that water? You're going to get tired. You're going to figure out a way to make it easier. Garden hose, move the plant, move the water source, whatever. So you're going to figure that part out. That's lean, and it's not complicated. But when we think about it in the business world, and however it was delivered to us, we're intimidated by the rules of the game. So that can be stifling and limiting, and it helps. I mean, it hurts our ability to accept it and to embrace it and to make the change. Just like making this big change for the floor. A gentleman who tours here regularly, he said, you know, you need to make the change. You know what you have to do. You know what's right. Go ahead and be fearless and make the change, and then deal with whatever problems come up afterwards. Because getting over that hurdle, that initial hurdle, is what is keeping you from making the change that you know is right.